It's not legal.
Huh?
It's not legal.
What is it?
It's not legal
Not legal what?
to have a file.
The BMF empire has officially cracked. In a shocking turn, Big Meech has ended his relationship with his son, Lil Meech, after discovering a massive $10 million financial betrayal. According to sources close to the situation, funds tied to the BMF brand, licensing, merchandise, and endorsement deals were quietly moved or misused without Meech Sr.'s approval. And now, from behind bars, Big Meech has made it clear, we're done.
These in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straightened out after the...
Insiders say the decision didn't come lightly, but the evidence was undeniable. Lil Meech, who rose to fame through the BMF TV series backed by 50 Cent, allegedly used his father's name to secure private deals, cutting out key members of the original BMF circle. The betrayal not only damaged family trust, but also fractured the integrity of a legacy Big Meech built from the ground up. What's even more shocking, 50 Cent reportedly knew something was off months ago. In past posts and cryptic interviews, 50 hinted at behind-the-scenes drama and financial mismanagement. Now fans are looking back and realizing he was trying to warn us all along. With Big Meech cutting ties, Lil Meech staying silent, and 50 Cent standing firm, the BMF dynasty stands at a breaking point. This isn't just family drama. It's the unraveling of one of hip-hop's most iconic bloodlines. And now that the truth is out, there may be no way back. Tensions have escalated after reports surfaced that Demetrius Big Meech Flannery allegedly sent a threatening text message to 50 Cent, demanding he stop making public remarks about his son, Lil Meech, or face serious consequences.
BMF Immortal, and it's cool. Like sometimes we switch perspectives, so it's from a law enforcement perspective.
Oh wow!
Instead of it being from the, the actual hustler side or the aspirational side.
This development follows the release of a controversial video by 50 Cent, which appears to show Lil Meech cooperating with law enforcement during a traffic stop, allegedly placing blame on an associate. The footage in question shows Lil Meech's former friend speaking out, now supporting 50 Cent and accusing Lil Meech of betrayal. According to the associate, his imprisonment stemmed from being misrepresented by someone he trusted. For several months, 50 Cent has been highly critical of both Big Meech and his son, and now it seems the elder Flannery is no longer willing to remain silent. Observers note that if the public exchanges continue, the situation could deteriorate rapidly. The story intensified with the release of recently surfaced body cam footage. In the clip, Lil Meech is seated in the back of a patrol vehicle during a routine stop. While officers detain both men, Lil Meech can be heard asking if the police found the other stuff. This question came moments after the officers stated the discovered firearm was not an immediate legal issue, effectively triggering an additional search of the vehicle based on that prompt. The implications of this footage are serious, and it may add new complexity to the long-standing tensions between the Flannery family and 50 Cent. The controversy deepened when the individual allegedly betrayed by Lil Meech during the traffic stop took to Instagram to publicly share his version of events, identifying himself as 3 Luck. The man not only posted the body cam footage, but also uploaded personal photos of himself and Lil Meech, suggesting a long-standing relationship.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
I never done that, man. I don't even know where they come up with that, man. And then the guy's a rap, man. He's been working for the feds for 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? Cooperate. So you can look at my paperwork, man. My paperwork, if I was writing it, it'd be on CNN. You know what I mean?
In the captions, 3 Luck claimed that Lil Meech turned on him during the arrest, which ultimately led to him facing federal charges. According to the post, Lil Meech allowed him to take the blame for both the firearm and illegal substances found in the vehicle, even though he was allegedly asleep in the passenger seat at the time of the incident. 3 Luck didn't stop at calling out Lil Meech. He also appeared to take indirect shots at Big Meech, suggesting that his son had not lived up to the standards expected of someone raised under such a powerful legacy. In the same message, he accused Lil Meech of being dishonest with both him and with 50 Cent, implying that the young actor had failed to uphold loyalty on multiple fronts. The post included pointed questions about why Lil Meech had asked officers if they got the guns and the other stuff during the stop. Comments that 3 Luck insists directly contributed to the more thorough search that followed. According to him, this wasn't just casual conversation, it was an act that resulted in real legal consequences. 3 Luck closed his statement by highlighting the financial and personal toll the situation has taken, citing extensive legal costs and multiple bond payments. He claimed that while he worked to clear his name, others were more concerned with protecting reputations and avoiding scrutiny. This public fallout has only fueled speculation that the rift between the Flenory family and 50 Cent is growing deeper, and that more revelations could soon surface.
He came and got me before I even knew I could even act at all, before even acting was even a thought. My dad called me one day and told me that he wanted me to fly to Atlanta in his presence so I could meet 50 for the first time and see the first casting that he was doing. So I flew out there and it was lined around the street. And the first time I met 50, it was just genuine. And I sat by him and we actually got to watch people audition for a couple hours. And the next day he called me, 8 o'clock in the morning, woke me up. I'm like, damn, 50 calling me. So I answered the phone, he like, hey, what you think about going to acting classes? I want you to play your dad. And at first, it sounded crazy, but of course, I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing nothing, so of course I wanted to do it, I just didn't know if I could do it.
The situation escalated even further when the friend, identified online as 3 Luck, disclosed the emotional and financial damage he claims to have suffered due to Lil Meech's actions. He stated that he lost substantial business income and is now facing years away from his child, all as a result of what he describes as betrayal during the traffic stop incident. Adding to the weight of his accusations, 3 Luck referenced a well-known motto associated with Big Meech, death before dishonor. He used the phrase to underscore what he believes is the contradiction between public messaging and actual behavior. To him, it's not just betrayal, it's hypocrisy, and that message struck a chord with followers online. While Lil Meech has yet to publicly respond to these claims, another prominent voice wasted no time stepping into the conversation. 50 Cent, who has had an increasingly tense relationship with the Flenory family, took aim at the controversy with a series of targeted posts on social media. His first jab came through a screenshot of fellow Power actor Michael Rainey Jr.'s Instagram account. In the caption, 50 mocked Lil Meech's image, drawing a comparison between discipline and recklessness by referencing fashion choices and substance use.
Okay, so 50 Cent blasted Lil Meech and posted video footage and evidence of him allegedly snitching on his security. The security, who ended up taking the fall for everything, said that he was asleep when Lil Meech threw everything in his
50 Cent then re-uploaded the now viral body cam footage of Lil Meech in the patrol car, pairing it with screenshots from 3 Luck's posts. He wrote, "How you gonna throw your strap and drugs on your man lap while he sleep? Like, here, this yours? LOL. The post gained significant traction, fueling the public discourse even further. But the commentary didn't stop there. 50 returned once again, this time sharing a behind-the-scenes image from the BMF production. His caption sarcastically referenced Lil Meech's prior run-in with TSA at an airport where he was reportedly arrested for carrying an unloaded firearm without a license. The moment had already sparked widespread attention, but what puzzled many was Meech's claim at the time, arguing that despite being 23 years old, he wasn't legally considered an adult. For 50 Cent, the inconsistencies in behavior became the foundation for public ridicule. To him, this was not just a lapse in judgment, it was a pattern of irresponsibility being exposed to the world. 50 Cent has built a reputation for using social media as a tool to stir controversy, and with the release of the recent body cam footage implicating Lil Meech, the situation has only intensified. Now that the video depicting what many view as betrayal toward a close associate has gone public, 50 Cent has been seizing the moment, using his platform to post about it repeatedly. But this time, the backlash didn't just come from fans or industry observers. It came from someone at the very center of the storm, Big Meech himself. The father of Lil Meech has now entered the conversation, and it's clear his patience is wearing thin. Following 50's latest string of Instagram posts, where he not only accused Lil Meech of snitching, but also questioned Big Meech's legacy as a father, Meech took to social media and shared several photos of himself and his son. The caption read, "Nothing can stop us. We all the way up." At first glance, it seemed like a general message of unity, but for those watching closely, it appeared to be a warning, a public declaration that he was standing by his son. However, multiple sources now suggest that this might only be the surface. Industry insiders have claimed that Big Meech personally reached out through private channels to deliver a clear and forceful message to 50 Cent. The reported message, "Tell him to stop playing with my son or else."
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
They ain't telling nobody. Because if you're telling, you can't even look forward to going.
While Big Meech is not known for making overt threats or aggressive public statements, the tone surrounding this alleged exchange marked a noticeable shift. Further fueling speculation, several production insiders claim that tensions have even spilled over into the BMF series itself. Rumors began circulating that some producers walked away from the project, hoping to de-escalate the growing hostility before it turned into something that could not be controlled. Though unconfirmed, this aligns with the broader narrative that this dispute may be moving from online posts to real-world consequences. To understand the origin of this rift, we must revisit how it all started. The animosity ramped up earlier this year when Big Meech was photographed with Rick Ross, an artist publicly feuding with 50 Cent. The timing didn't sit well with 50, who quickly responded by accusing Big Meech of being a government informant. He shared alleged court documents claiming that Meech received a sentence reduction through cooperation tied to longtime associate Tammy Cowens. However, legal analysts reviewing the case have noted that there is no verifiable proof that Big Meech ever cooperated with authorities. In fact, the reduction in his sentence appears to be tied to adjustments under the First Step Act, a federal sentencing reform bill, and not due to any form of testimony or information sharing. In a rare interview from prison, Big Meech addressed the allegations head-on, stating that if he had ever cooperated with the government, it would have become public knowledge long ago. "You can't hide something like that in a case this big," he said. That statement reinforced the view among many in the hip-hop community that the accusations lacked factual support. Still, with 50 Cent continuing to press forward on social media and Big Meech now making his displeasure known, the situation remains highly volatile, and what comes next is far from predictable. At the core of the dispute between two major figures in hip-hop lies a larger debate, one that has split fans and sparked passionate reactions online. The question revolves around loyalty, betrayal, and the ever-present topic of snitching in street culture. As allegations, screenshots, and interviews flood timelines, the public has been forced to take sides in a conflict that extends beyond music and into the personal lives of those involved. Many argue that after serving nearly 3 decades behind bars, Big Meech deserves a level of respect that should preclude any accusation of disloyalty. These supporters believe that 50 Cent overstepped by publicly calling out Big Meech, especially without solid proof. They see it as a violation of the very street code that 50 himself often references. On the other side of the conversation, some believe Big Meech made a critical error by associating with Rick Ross, someone long known to be at odds with 50 Cent. That move to some wasn't just business, it was personal, and it triggered a response that's been building ever since. Central to the issue is the belief that 50 Cent once went out of his way to support Big Meech's family during his incarceration. Not only did he create the BMF series that brought renewed attention to their story, but he also introduced Lil Meech to Hollywood, effectively launching his acting career. So when Big Meech was seen forming ties with one of 50's biggest rivals, some interpreted it as a form of betrayal. But according to 50 Cent, the real issue was never just about business. It was personal, rooted in jealousy. In a recent Instagram post, 50 shared that he believes envy was the driving force behind the falling out. He stated that Big Meech grew uncomfortable with the bond developing between 50 and Lil Meech. In that version of events, the tension wasn't about loyalty to a rival, but about power, guidance, and influence. 50 claimed that Lil Meech grew closer to him than to his own father, and that dynamic caused a rupture that could no longer be ignored. 50's claims went even further. He suggested that Big Meech was acting as a poor role model for his son by encouraging reckless behavior, specifically excessive spending and drug use. In contrast, 50 claimed that he stepped in to provide real discipline and structure. In one explosive post, 50 alleged that Lil Meech had a serious breakdown while filming BMF, and that it was he who arranged the necessary help, including rehab. I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Meech's relationship, 50 wrote in the post. I'm telling Meech I don't want him doing drugs. He telling him he used to do X like it's cool. I tell him, chill, stop spending all your money. He telling him how much money he blew. People don't know. I had to send Meech to rehab. Those words carry weight. Not only do they suggest a fractured relationship between father and son, but they also point to 50 Cent's belief that he was stepping in where no one else would. And in a culture where respect, loyalty, and pride are currencies of their own, these revelations only serve to deepen the divide. The situation now stands as more than a simple feud. It's a high-stakes power struggle between influence and legacy. And with more revelations potentially on the way, the lines between personal and professional, past and present, continue to blur. Tensions reached a boiling point when disturbing reports surfaced from the BMF set. Crew members described chaos, including an incident where a team member began vomiting during a weapons test due to stress and reportedly high blood pressure. Then came another troubling revelation. Someone allegedly discovered whippets, also known as nitrous oxide canisters, stashed in a vehicle on set. Rumors swirled that things behind the scenes were spiraling. All of this pointed to growing concerns around Lil Meech. When he was first cast in BMF, his narrative was one of transformation. He once shared openly in interviews how lost he felt before 50 Cent stepped in, funding acting classes and helping him prepare for the role of his father, Big Meech. For a while, it looked like a remarkable turnaround story was unfolding. But that narrative is now overshadowed by serious allegations and internal fallout. According to insiders, Lil Meech reportedly burned through nearly $5 million in just 3 years. Lavish spending on jewelry, high-end cars, and designer clothes replaced any long-term investments. Many felt he had wasted an opportunity that had been handed to him through a carefully built platform. This situation now becomes more than just one of betrayal or disappointment. It touches on the dynamics of mentorship, discipline, and responsibility. For those following closely, the sense of frustration is understandable. 50 Cent was instrumental in launching Meech's career, and after everything that's unfolded, from leaked body cam footage to alleged threats, his continued public criticism takes on new context. But the controversy doesn't stop there. According to some voices close to the situation, 50 Cent is also being accused of double standards. Some claim he selectively decides who gets labeled a snitch based on alliances and rivalries, not the actual facts. That critique brings the conversation full circle, reigniting the debate about whether 50's actions have been protective or purely personal. Now, the ultimate question remains, did 50 Cent go too far by suggesting that Big Meech was a government cooperator just because of his public alliance with Rick Ross? And was that enough reason to threaten the very legacy 50 helped reestablish? Only time will tell how this standoff ends. But as the tension escalates and words become sharper, one thing is clear. This feud is no longer just about loyalty or betrayal. It's about legacy, control, and the unpredictable cost of fame. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Was 50 Cent right to speak out? Or did he cross the line by turning private matters into public spectacles? And what does this all mean for BMF and everyone involved? If you found this breakdown compelling, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and ensures you never miss a story. And if you want to see the full breakdown of how this feud between 50 and Big Meech began, check out the suggested video.